What's up, world? We're back with another famous tutorial. Hold up. We can't be back when we've never actually done this before. All right, guys, let me redo that. We're here for the first time, and we'll be talking about power options for the Blackmagic camera. There's a lot of crazy buzz going around of people frying up components because they're using the wrong stuff as far as batteries go. So I'm here to clarify a few things. I've been using the Blackmagic for as long as it came out. I think I received my camera about a month after it actually dropped. So I actually want to give y'all like my logical opinion on what batteries and what solutions are the best and why. Let's get into it. So first and foremost, my favorite battery is the Core X Power Base Edge. The reason why I like this battery is it's based around the technology of the Blackmagic. It was created specifically for the Blackmagic Pocket. Doesn't mean you can't use it with other equipment, but you definitely can use it with the Blackmagic because it was formulated for it. So I'm a firm believer in technology when it's for the equipment itself. The reason why I really like this one, comes with a quick release option, so it makes changing V-mount batteries very simple and easy. You get about 3 hours runtime on one of these things when I'm using it with the Blackmagic 4K. I mean, that's good enough to me. 3-4 hours, because I have, I think, 5 or 6 of these things. They're kind of expensive, but normally what I'll do is I'll buy them when B&H is offering like some type of special, and B&H is always offering specials on everything. So you just gotta wait, or even put a notification in B&H, and it'll send you a notification when a product goes on sale. They actually have that opportunity or ability on their website to actually do that, and I do that all the time. So I have 5 of these, and basically how I actually run the camera, I'm gonna just show you. This is how I power the camera, not the monitor. We'll get into that, because that's the issue. People are powering the camera and the monitor on the same V-mount, and I think that's where the issues are coming, where people are getting problems, blowing up ports and stuff. So what I do is, standard D-tap cable, regular D-tap. I think this is called the WEPA like input. Don't know why they called it that. Pretty cool name though, WEPA. So another thing too, don't buy cheap cables. Buy a decent quality cable too. When you're buying cheaper cables on the equipment that you spend, you're risking issues. Like say they didn't ground something, say the polarity's off or something like that. That's why you're running into issues. So it gives you a better option. Stop buying all that cheap stuff. You understand what I'm saying? It ain't gonna benefit you in the long run. So basically what I do is, basically I go straight into the V-mount, like so. And then, I look for the port, the side port, and basically I just go in there. Oh man, come on, man. I got a love-hate relationship for this connector. You know what I'm saying? Because it doesn't want me to go in. I mean, that's kind of crazy. I mean, there's a lot of things in life that don't want you to go in, but you still get in them things. But we ain't even talking about that right now. We're talking about batteries. Let's get back to what we're talking about, batteries. All y'all always trying to go in the next place, and that ain't what we're trying to do. So basically, I'm gonna just show you that it works. Soon as you plug it in, it gives you an indicator. You really can't, y'all ain't gonna be able to see that, but it says 2 hours and 30 minutes. And I'm at like 92% of where the battery's charged, so that's pretty good already. So basically, what we do is we turn the camera on. It does adjust a little bit as far as the remaining time. As soon as you plug it in, but it doesn't adjust too much. It's hard to see. I wasn't equipped to show y'all that, but we golden right now. We are able to shoot, and I just want to show you that we do have power. So we are powered. That's my first option. So that's how I power the camera. Core base, and I love this V mount. I stand behind it. But when it comes to like powering a monitor itself, I use the Atomos Ninja 5, and I use Small HD 702 Bright. Those are my like 2 main monitors right now. I love them both. I think both of them have great features. You don't really need this one per se with this type of camera. You just need a viewing monitor that, you know, gives you false color, decent enough exposure tools, and great battery life, and cheap and heavy. I mean, not so heavy, you know, because like I told y'all before, I don't plug dummy batteries into the monitor itself and then go deep tap to that, because that's where people are having all these issues because they're trying to share battery sources. So what I do is I normally go power the camera, and then this is my favorite size battery. This is the 750. This is my favorite size, NPF 750. This is my favorite size battery with this type of setup. I run this, and then normally I'll do like a little swivel head. It's not a camera rig build, so I'm not showing you how I build the rig out. I'm just showing you what I use to power it. So basically, let's get this thing going just to show you that we powered. It works, you know, obviously it works. I just put a battery in, you know what I'm saying? But this is my setup. You know, this is how I'm using the camera. Obviously, you know, memory cards and stuff like that, whatever you're using for that. But this is how I run my camera. This always has its own battery. I don't mind the extra weight because these cameras don't come with image body stabilization. So the extra weight will help you when when you're doing a little bit of shifting, you know, and that helps big time. Everybody that's been doing this for a long time definitely probably understand what I'm saying. The shifting really will help you with the extra weight. Your body acts as like a counterbalance. You know what I'm saying? So when you got extra weight, you all of a sudden get in that mode where you want to outpower something. That's just a natural human. And I think this comes from back in the days, like probably when they was balancing rocks or something. You know, you just naturally want to show everybody like, I can pick up this rock. We get it, bro. Same thing with the camera. It didn't really change. We still kind of do the same stuff. So that's how I power it. Boom. That's one option. And I think it's a beautiful option. So now let me show y'all another option that I do. Turn this bad boy off. Unplug that bad boy. You guys get the picture with the monitor. I'm gonna cut it off. I'm not gonna just leave it on. But you get the picture. No matter what setup I'm running, I'm always running the monitor with its own battery. The reason being, I don't mind the extra weight. The extra weight helps me balance out. And another thing too, as I'm running the V-mount, I almost forgot. Most important thing, as I'm actually running a V-mount, I actually will still have one of the little LP Canon style batteries in the camera. The reason why I always do that, I keep one of these fully charged. This gives me the ability. So say I'm on set, I'm working, this one's dying. I send like your PA production assistant to go get me another battery, another V-mount, while that one's charging, or to put that one to charge and go get me another one. When you have a few of these with you, this will give you 30 to 40 minutes depending on what type of frame rates that you're shooting. That ain't nothing. But this is really good for like gimbal work. You know, if like you're going gimbal, I'm not going to run that if I'm on gimbal. I see all these people build these massive rigs and all this craziness. Bro, just get you 5 of these, and these are your gimbal batteries. Simple as that. Don't tell me like, oh, it takes too much time. No, bro, it's easier to stabilize. I'm not running these massive rigs and all of this stuff that people are putting on gimbals. That's crazy. So this gives me another additional 30, 40 minutes. That's why I always have one in. Put it back in so I don't forget it. It's already charged. It's ready. You know, like that's my setup. Now we're going into, basically we're going to go into option 2. Or to another thing too that I was just talking about the gimbal. Say if you use the Ronin S, you can actually buy the cable from Tilta. I'm not sponsored by Tilta by any means. I should be. Tilta, I love you. You know, like y'all do really good parts. I do love y'all. I should be sponsored by y'all, but y'all don't love me like that. And nobody knows me, so it's like I'm not gonna sponsor somebody we don't know. Dude, get your rating up. We might give you something. So all right, we get it. I love this because you can basically power your Ronin S through this cable. And to me, I think it's more efficient for me. My setup is buy 2 handles of the Ronin S, have one handle of the Ronin S charged, and then have the other one while you're working. Like, even though you're powering a camera like this, as soon as that Ronin S dies, you just swap out the handle. There you go. You got another handle. To me, it's just like people like, why would I do that? Do you buy other things like double? So I'm not saying you have to. I'm just saying that's my workflow. I bought 2 Ronin S handles, so when I'm using this thing, I can just swap the handle on the Ronin S without having to configure my balance and all this craziness. I just think it's easier. So that's why I do it. My bad. That y'all think it's crazy. It's not. It's smart, actually. My bad. I was rudely interrupted by the AC. If you're ever doing a video, make sure you cut the AC off. Rookie mistake. I've never done this before. Alright, so let's get back to what I was saying. I'll start it all over. You know, so it's like clean and stuff like that. So look, what I really like about this option, this is a really good option. The reason being, I'll explain why. I love these battery plate options because these things are very, very cheap. I think this one's $35, and I think this one is like $60. I think this company would have been a lot cheaper if they realized Tilted was doing one. I think that's just, they kind of grandfathered themselves into that price range. They should drop their price, definitely, since this was like 30 and this one's 60. But I'm not here to bash neither one of them. Both of them are great. I love them both. They both do exactly as what they're supposed to do. They charge your cameras. You know, they give you power longer than what usually a recommended manufacturer battery would do. So let me show you how this works. Basically, and they're both essentially the same. There's nothing different. The only thing different on these is this one gives you a light indicator on the battery level. So say, you know, it'll show you when you're coming low. You could just look on the side. This one just gives you a blue light. It doesn't give you the levels. So that's a bummer, but it's still great. And this one actually has a quarter 20 built in. I love that. It makes it, you know, toolless. I'm all about like not having a lot of tools on set. This one's easy too. All you need is a hot shoe type of mount or a quarter 20. So it gives you crazy mounting options, and it gives you a zip tie thing, so you can zip tie it to the weirdest places on equipment. So that's really dope and inventive. Dope and what's the word? Cool. That's what the right word is. Cool. So let me show you how it works. Basically what it is, you know, you have a 12 volt on one side and you have a 7.4 volts on one side. So something that needs 12, you got that, and then the other one that needs, you know, 7.4, you got that. Every product that you buy usually tells you the amount of voltage that it needs to be powered. So basically, DC cable, boom, you know. And this battery is really dope too. These MPFs, the reason why I really like these, it gives you an LED indicator. Who doesn't want to know when their batteries are going to die without having to go in like some menu system or having to pull out like a smartphone if that's the way? Don't get it wrong. The smartphone way is cool, but there's other ways now, man. So we just need to follow the trends. So let me show you. We got power. You know, so this is like my lightweight setup. Like if I'm going to shoot like a model at the beach or something, like a cool little promo video or something like that, I'm not going out there with no crazy setup. I'm going out there with a 18 to 35 lens, 18 to 35 millimeter Sigma lens, art, Metabone speed booster, and probably 2 of these, and like some type of like probably handheld solution, maybe a top mount or something like that. Monitor, I don't know, but very small and minimalistic. That's what I'm doing. So I love this setup, and like I said, I always would run like a monitor like this, but normally if I'm going really lightweight, I'll just bring 2 or 3 of these, put them in like my fanny pack or something. I always go on set with fanny packs because you need to hold things, and it makes me feel like I'm important. It makes me feel like I'm a grip, like a gripper, like so. That's normally how it goes. So I'll take 2 or 3 of these things, bro. I can get an hour and a half off of one with this thing. So that's golden. Come on, bro. Like, I'm not going to the beach 2 hours with no model. Who wants to do that? You feel me? So, but essentially y'all get the drift. They're both the same. And there'll be no issues with burning out batteries. And this is still I hear all those people like, it's not budget friendly. This is budget friendly. These batteries are like $25, bro. You can get like 4 of them for like $100 or something online. I've seen it. And then these things are cheap, and this can be mounted to like some type of rails or something. Like, you can act as this is like a baby V mount. And this will power probably most cameras if you can buy a proprietary cable. So this is not a bad buy, because this will follow your gear as you progress. This won't like, I don't need that no more. Are you kidding me? Batteries you always need with every camera. So this will follow that. So it's not a bad buy. You don't have to buy like V mounts like these, but some people prefer that because you don't have to change. So I'm a prefer this type of guy. But I still use this a lot. Like even when I travel, I prefer this if I travel. If I could take 6 of these little batteries and like the 4 bank that charges like 4 at a time, with 6 of those, man, I'm good. No matter where I go shoot. 2 or 3 lenses, I could carry like in a very small case and be small and compact and get it done. Like you hear all this craziness like the Blackmagic Pocket 4K needs all this stuff. Yeah, it does. All it really needs is memory. Some type of ND solution, like, to block, light, maybe a speed booster or something, or native glass if you use it, some type of rails, some type of handle to get stable. And that's all you really need. Like, all this stuff, when you hear all these people, you need this, you really don't. It just makes it easier to work with. So that's another option down. Boom. So we unplug that. Let me show y'all, cause y'all just be like thinking people playing games, bro. Like, ain't nobody playing no games with y'all. All right, this is cool too. I bought this little adapter. Well, I think I bought it or they gave it to me. What I do with this is, if like this works with anything. I think the Sumo has its own port, but any one of the monitors that don't have a DC port, this is cool because now this gives you a wall mount option. I love it. It's great. And now let's go back to let's get to the nitty and gritty. This is probably like the most smartest options that you can do. Let me show you why. Everybody out there owns some type of like follow focus system now because it's cheap. It's very cheap, so you can't sit here and tell me that you don't have it because it's cheap now. So look what I just did. I'm about to, come on, bro. Like y'all be thinking like stuff a game. I buy 3 or 4 cables of each like cable when I buy cables. I don't just buy one because I don't know if you guys go on sets and shoots and stuff like that where you let other people pack up your stuff and they lose it or they misplaced it or all the dumb stuff that could happen. It happens. This one gives you 12 volts out. So what's dope about this will power your follow focus. It gives you what is that, USB to power your follow focus, and it gives you the 12 volts out DC, so you can actually power the camera through this. So come on now, like, are you kidding me? You're getting a follow focus and this. That's a no-brainer. Don't act like that's not crazy. Come on, guys. This is 2020. We're in 2020 right now. Like, gears evolving. So this is the setup. This will give you about, I can't remember exact time, so I don't want to lie to you, but it gives you a good amount of time. That's all you need to know. That's it. You don't need to know what it gives you. You do that on your own. I can't do everything for you. You got to do some research. So I think it gives you like 2 hours. That's good to me. 2 hours? That's, man, listen. 2 hours? Man, that's 2 hours. So that's golden to me. So that's a really good setup. And, you know, we actually have another option. Follow focus. You know, like, let's put this over here. Like, let's just decide that's done. You know, like, I still got to come up with a better system. So look, boom. Same thing. Smaller battery. Obviously, it's not gonna last nowhere near what this one lasts, but this gives you a more compact system. Like, maybe I gotta figure out how I would do. Okay, yeah, that's probably how I would do it right here. Yep. You would have to figure out how you would run the cable or something like that, but you probably could even run it underneath. Now that I'm saying it, like, you got a little option to run it underneath, so it don't even affect you at all. So that's even better. Run it underneath, tied up, done. That's even a good option, or just run it from the front. That's even a good option like this. Yeah, that's even good. It ain't in the way or nothing. So this is dope too, cause look, small and compact. If you need that wireless follow focus, well, not wireless, but if you need that electronic follow focus, you do have it with this type of setup. And this is small and compact. You go to the beach or something like this, man, you'll be out there chilling, man. People will look at you like you a god. Like, dad, this dude's setup is crazy. And it really is, you know, like, this is a legit setup. You feel me? Like, if I seen somebody like this, oh man, that's nice, you know. So this is another option that's really, really good for your camera system. So I definitely would try this. I'm not sponsored by Tilta by no means, but like I told y'all at the beginning, I should be. You know, so it's a power your camera. I love it. It's small, cheap. I think these are cheaper than what they used to be. And now you can kind of like buy them all individually with these type of rosette mounts and stuff like that, or different type of attachments. Tilta gives you the options to buy those, because when it first came out, you had to have the Tilta cage. I do have the Tilta cage for one of my other cameras, the 6K, but you had to get it like that. But now they give you the option to buy these different ones, so you can kind of make them work with any camera system. So that's really dope. So that's, like I said, that's dope. But yeah, let's keep going. Okay, so basically, essentially, how this works. This is a V mount. I have two of these. C Cups 5. I love this one. It's a really good one because it's light and it gives you a lot of different powering options. That's why I really like this one. But how I essentially use something like this is basically, what I would do is, you know, run your camera. You got your camera set up. You know, this, like I told you, this is powering your camera. And all these additional ports, just because you have them, does not mean I would power the monitor with this. No, I wouldn't, because it's still, to me, it's still coming from the same battery source. What I would do is, I still would power the battery like this. I would do all the other accessories. Like, so say you didn't want to run the cable there, but you don't mind running the cable here. There you go. You know, like, now you have that same option to run that cable for like a handheld grip like this with follow focus to something like this to get power. You know, I wouldn't be opposed to sharing power that way, but I don't want to share power with my monitor. No. Or another thing, like wireless transmitters for video feed. I would use the V mount for that. That's where I would get my power from. But I would not get power from, like I told you, from the monitor. This is a really dope setup, though. It's kind of self-explanatory. I don't know if you can buy this particular one anymore. I've been on Amazon a few times, and I don't know if you can buy this particular one anymore. I've been on Amazon a few times and haven't seen it, so I don't know what the deal is with that. But I do like this one. This is a good one. I think the quality is good. Customer service is good. I did have an issue with them sending me a wrong one before, but the customer service was amazing. Took a little bit longer than expected, but they still had a great customer service, so I can't say nothing bad about them as a company standpoint. But these are the battery solutions that I use for the Pocket 6K, and 4K and my 6K. I use the exact same system because they're essentially exact same cameras, and this is how I power stuff. And I'm gonna be doing a lot more videos like this. If you like it, give me a thumbs up. Maybe subscribe or not subscribe, and that's fine too. There's plenty of people on YouTube are killing it, so you don't really need to subscribe to my channel. It would be smart if you did, but you don't need to. That's not what we're here for. This was pure educational purpose, and I actually had fun doing it. My first time ever doing it too, so I get it.